Can you use copyrighted music on recorded videos or live videos on Facebook or even YouTube? In this video, I'm going to answer what you can do and cannot do when it comes to music in your videos and live videos. Like, can you avoid paying for music and just go the free route? Music services that could still get you in trouble even though you're paying for music, and a service that we recommend to avoid those issues. And common questions I get about copyrighted music and issues you still might face. If you want to grow your live video audience, whatever platform you're on, make money and make the tech of live streaming easier, then subscribe for more quick how-tos, tutorials, and lessons. Are you ready to dig into some copyrighted music talk? Let's do this. So, copyrighted music isn't exactly a fun topic, but don't worry, I have a solution for you that actually makes it quite fun, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, can you use copyrighted music in your videos or live videos on Facebook, YouTube, or anywhere else? The simple answer is no. You cannot. It is illegal to use somebody else's property or work without a license and permission. And hey, it's a bit immoral too. Both Facebook and YouTube have automated systems that scour the platform, matching up music in your videos with music in their copyright library. If they find a match and nothing on your channel saying that you have permission, guess what? You're getting a notice. On Facebook, your video will be muted and you'll have the option to delete the stream or keep it up with the audio muted in the time codes where they found the music violation. There is no way to dispute this, by the way. If you do reach out to support, chances are you'll never hear anything back, or you'll just get a canned response. On YouTube, you'll get a copyright claim and you'll have the option to dispute it. But if you don't have a license, you certainly won't win that claim. Worst case scenario, you can get a copyright strike if the publisher decides to do that. 3 strikes, you're out. That wasn't a very powerful. So if you try to skirt the system and get around it by using music that isn't licensed, you will run into issues. So best not to do it in the first place. You need to be willing to pay for it or not use music at all. I know you're probably mad at me for saying that you need to pay. Leave a comment. I can take it. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Now, both YouTube and Facebook do have a music library that you can use. If you're only needing music once or twice, then go for it. Use their free libraries. But honestly, the music selection isn't going to be the best. So if you're going to need music for your live videos or recorded videos on an ongoing basis, I would highly recommend using a service that gives you access to a huge library of music and gives you the license that you require. Now, let's talk services. Not all music library services are created equal, unfortunately. There are lots of options out there. One of the most popular options is Audio Jungle, and we even recommended it in 2016 when I shot this video. You actually have a couple of options. You can go to Audio Jungle or Audio Blocks, but over time, we found out that even though we paid for music, we were still randomly getting copyright claims. Why? Well, because some of these services license existing music and then the artists go and relicense them outside of Audio Jungle, and so the copyright owner changes. Ugh. The service we recommend, though, and have been using for 2.5 years with 0 issues, is Epidemic Sound. Link is in the description. We love, love, love this music service. The selection is freaking fantastic. In fact, I listen to playlists created through Epidemic Sound in my everyday life. Right alongside my Spotify playlist, I am jamming to Epidemic Sound music. That's how good the selection is. Now, my partner David did a full review of this service and shows you how it works in the video linked to in the description. Have you used any music services that you love or hate? Tell me in the comments. We're about to talk about some common issues and what to do about it. And hey, chances are, if you've made it this far into the video, you're gonna love our other videos to help you with your live video tech and audience growth. So subscribe for more of them. And don't forget that bell icon for notifications. Now, let's dig into some common issues that you might face and questions you might have. Music in your live videos. There are 2 very common scenarios that cause people concern or trouble. The first is when you're doing live videos or videos in public and you walk by, let's say, a restaurant blaring the local radio station or a playlist of popular songs. That can get you a copyright violation. I know, it's not fair, but we're dealing with automated systems. So remember, it's just doing its job. So if you're live and you notice music around you, flee as quickly as you can. Run, Forrest, run! Now, if you are recording video, then hey, it's a lot easier just to redo that bit somewhere else and edit out the music or replace it with your Epidemic Sound playlist. Now, live music, like when a band or street performer is playing in person, or even when you're doing covers of songs in your live videos, that is unlikely to trigger the copyright violation as long as it doesn't sound exactly like the original. And even still, the automated systems are getting more and more sophisticated, so it's possible that soon your live covers might even be an issue, but for now, it's pretty safe. When we're doing IRL and we're showing a street performer doing a cover, we don't really worry about it so much if it has a unique sound. Now, the second issue is when you're playing your own music on a live video and you get copyright violations. We get asked this question a lot, actually. It's a very frustrating experience if you're the artist and you can't even do live music on Facebook or YouTube. Here's the thing. If you're with a label or if you've gone through any kind of official process to get a record deal or submitted yourself for copyright or you're available on Spotify, like all of these actions seem to be the cause of these automated systems having record of it and getting triggered. YouTube has more potential of winning a claim by disputing it than Facebook does. Now, there is a whitelist process that your record label can go through with Facebook or YouTube, but I don't know how it works exactly. As far as I can tell, no one knows how this works exactly except for the platform and the record labels. And I guarantee it's much more favorable for the big labels than any small independent label. But hey, if anyone does know what artists should do in this case, leave us a comment and fill us all in. My best overall advice is to get yourself an Epidemic Sound subscription. It is truly the best option we have found to cover all your bases. Link is in the description. Continue the conversation in the comments and give me a thumbs up. 2 if you got them if you like this video. Bye.